Hello everyone! Episode 79 Part 2 barely came out, and we already know the date of release of the full episode 79 with several secret scenes, because Boom shared this information directly. We're about to see full episode in about 2 weeks, which is much faster than waiting for the previous part of the episode, thank God. But the good news doesn't end here, because Boom also shared what we're going to see in additional secret scenes coming together with the full version itself, and it looks hella promising. What new locations we're about to see, what characters return, is the new species leak actually real, and what the hell actually happened to Camerawoman? I know the answers to all of these questions, so now get your tea and snacks ready if you are interested to understand everything, and let's go. And be sure to also subscribe to my channel if you are interested in more ISOTOILET content. So Boom started engaging with his fans right after the second part of episode 79 got released, which is pretty unusual for him. But on the other hand, given how long we all had to wait for the new episode again, that seemed like a necessary measure. In case you guys forgot, Boom told us more than once that after episode 76, the newer episodes will be coming out much faster. But, oh well. Unfortunately, Boom's promise didn't really turn out to be as expected, because the gaps between releases are still several months apart. And it seems like Boom started realizing it himself, so now he started giving us more updates right after the most recent release. In fact, the very first update that we got happened not after, but during the release of episode 79 Part 2, because Boom wrote to Steak on Discord that the full version of the episode is already being made, and once Steak asked him when it is planned to come out, Boom answered, much sooner than Part 2 was. And although Boom didn't state the exact day and hour the full version is going to be released, it is pretty easy to figure out that it should approximately come out in either 2 or 3 weeks max. Because Part 2 actually was initially planned to be released in 1 month by Boom, but then delay after delay came and went, and all that forced him to publish the episode in more than 2 months. And I already explained in my previous videos how the reasons for those delays were multiple copyright issues and legal fights with different frauds aiming to take the ISOTOILET brand from Boom, but now it's thankfully in the past. So nothing is supposed to stop Boom from cooking full episode 79 on time. So given how Boom said its release is going to take much less time than Part 2, meaning less 2 months or even 1 month as was initially planned, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks of waiting is the most logical outcome. Of course, lots of things can still interfere in Boom's schedule because this is real life and all that, but ideally, full episode 79 is supposed to come out much, much faster than Part 2. Indeed, which would be damn nice after the agonizing wait we had to endure yet again recently. But of course, there is much more exciting news than just that. As I mentioned before, Boom also shared something really valuable regarding the secret scenes of the upcoming full episode. And that's what he told some of the ISOTOILET fans that wrote to him directly. So one member of his audience wrote the following letter to Boom's email. Hello Boom, sorry to disturb you, but I was wondering about something. In episode 79 Part 2, I noticed Camerawoman unalived herself for kinda no reason. Did she do it because of pressure of losing Plunger Man in the battle or some lore reason? To which Boom has replied with, red screen is something that causes such physical and psychological severe pain and malfunction that your body starts working against you, whether you're machine or biological. And the only way you see getting out of pain is to tap out by dying as quickly as possible. Even if something blocks your own arms from unaliving yourself, long exposure still destroys you, it just takes longer. Red screen's exposure affects and weakens not only cameras, but speakers, TV screens, and computers too. But it doesn't affect them directly, because they have no vision in conventional sense. Notwithstanding this, your intuition does not lie. Something indeed may be wrong and not right. And I've already talked about the Camerawoman scene in my analysis video quite a bit, and to be more specific, I pointed out exactly what was not right with this, as Boom himself highlighted in his response. So basically, this scene indeed felt strange simply because Camerawoman didn't do what the red glow was supposed to make her to, and everything went in a completely different route. So right at the exact moment when she blew her head off, a mysterious silhouette appeared beside her just for a split second that looked either like some unusual TV man or a representative of the new computer men race whose appearance Boom already teased and keeps teasing now. And we'll get to that later. The silhouette could also be both male or female, but it would be logical to assume that it belonged to the female secret agent, thus female, because she's already playing an important role in the series plot, and she was already detected in a form of a chair in the first part of episode 79. So she is present in the current scenery, and her appearance was very much expected by me. This silhouette also took the head of Camerawoman just before the blew her entire face off. And the question is, why? It is possible that it's the beginning of new Camerawoman's arc, who was just accepted in Windows XP Family 2, just like the cameraman at the end of Season 25. And to tell you even more, it might mean that Kathy has an actual chance of reuniting with Plungerman, who might not be dead after all, but he just exists in non-physical form now. Their fates can even intertwine at some point. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. In other words, Camerawoman isn't gone for sure, but she got rescued in the same way as many cameramen before her were. But who, for what purpose was she saved? And what is the next move for those who recruited her? Are they really friends or something very much different? That's the question for the future episodes. And another letter that one of the ISOTOILET fans sent to Boom looked like this, and it provoked a much more interesting conversation with him. And yeah, as you can see, this letter was hella long. So I'm not going to read it all to you, of course, but just going to highlight the most important parts. So the dude who wrote this to Boom stated that Plunger Camerawoman had a lot of potential as a character. So he doesn't believe it would be logical to dispose of her so easily, plus the influence of her passing on other characters would be unclear. Although I actually disagree with him here, but let's leave it for now. This fan expressed many emotions about such a plot direction that Boom chose, and he asked him whether he knows what he is even doing. Which sounded pretty funny to me, not gonna lie. I mean, the dude runs the whole show. Of course he has a thought or two about his plot development. Which is really interesting. This fan also wrote that he doesn't want Camerawoman to just get revived by the administrator, aka the female agent, as it would be a very easy way to reduce the tragedy and rewind the consequences of such hard plot choice. Okay, and here comes the response from Boom. I'd advise the viewers to carry on with me till full episode. Unfortunately, full episode scenes on Speakerman's base were intended to be in part 2, but I separated it because it takes more time to build the new location. Just watch and see what will happen. It's a build-up for something else. Okay, so the Speakerman's base? Hell yeah, so it was actually supposed to appear already, but this glorious event was delayed again. We waited such a long time to finally see the Speakerman's base though, because as of now, it is the only base we haven't been shown yet, because we already saw Cameramen's, Speakerman's, and Skibidi bases. Technically, Astro Base is missing out too, but I think it's going to take much longer for us to see the ISOTOILET's headquarters. So let's just focus on Speakerman now. So I actually believe that one whole secret scene coming from the full episode will be dedicated to something happening on the Speakerman's base. So either these events will take place after the events of Part 2, or we will actually get rewound in time. Maybe we'll see something from the timeline of episode 78, when the Speakerman's armada was just about to set off. And maybe this secret scene will actually reveal to us why the upgraded Titan Speakerman hasn't showed up together with the armada. Was it the part of the Speakerman's plan overall, or maybe this delay of his was actually caused by something unexpected and urgent? Also, I have very high hopes that we're going to see what's happening inside the Speakerman's laboratory too, and how the Speakerman scientists are going to look like, and what their inventions are about to do. But that's only one part of what may happen in the upcoming secret scenes of the full episode. As I already said, I strongly believe there's going to be more than just one secret scene for the full episode. I think we're going to see the scene inside the Speakerman's base in the beginning of it. And then there's going to be a new secret ending of the entire episode, just like it happened with Season 25. Boom already said he's building things up to some strong reveal, and it might be loosely connected to the fate of Camerawoman, but I think not. I actually think that we're about to see something really unexpected in this new ending, while the new plot arc of Camerawoman will be left to some other future episode or seasonal compilation. Maybe episode 79 will actually reveal the upgraded Jimmy to us, whose appearance one of the G-Squad mutants angrily predicted. And he might have a very interesting dialogue with Astro Duchess that will also end with the epic fight. And this dialogue will most likely solidify the idea that Astro Duchess is indeed the lost daughter of the former commander, which is something I predicted a very long time ago already. And then we'll also see the reveal of something that will most likely change the current position of the Alliance for the better, or for even worse. By this I mean that Jimmy will either stab the Alliance in the back and betray it to unite with his daughter, and both of them will fight the rest of the Alliance's agents like a duo. Or on the other hand, G-Man will do everything in his power to either get his daughter on his side, which is, highly unlikely, but still worthy of a chance. Or he will actually fight her and shows her the new display of power and abilities he's got, which is much more likely to happen. And guys, the secret weapon of G-Man? Yeah, did you already forget about it, huh? Well, let me just say, it might actually come in handy when full episode 79 with the secret ending comes out. And that was all for today. Write in the comments below what you personally think about what's coming for us in the secret scenes. And be sure to also subscribe to my channel not to miss my new videos to keep yourselves updated while you are waiting for full episode 79 to get released. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!